back in just a moment. And thanks for joining us on this Christmas Eve. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. Jrue Holiday is in his 8th season with the Pelicans. He said, "I've been here the longest with the possible exception of the security guard. There was a ball boy who was here before me, but now he's one of our coaches." Kevin, he's still all in and trying to help the Big Easy get back to the playoffs.
Terrific. David, thanks. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the center, locking down the middle. And for Oklahoma City, we've got Gilgeous-Alexander. Horford is out there with Trevor Ariza. And it's Dort in at the 2.
Here we go.
So the Bucks win the tip.
Hey, yo, get on Giannis.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Outside Holiday. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Good D by Ariza. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Can't cash in from close range. And so Giannis will bring it up for Milwaukee. And here's Holiday. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Pass to Baisley. Lopez with the block. Now here's DiVincenzo. Guarded closely. And the pass to Lopez. Fades and shoots. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
That's the 3rd straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket. Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Bucks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Outside Holiday. Passes to DiVincenzo. Giannis left side. Just 5 on the clock. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. And Holiday throws it down.
Huge shot by Holiday there. He was aware that the shot clock was about to expire, but he finds a way to get a great shot off.
And we heard Shaquille O'Neal bestow his Superman nickname on Giannis Antetokounmpo, and rightfully so. The Greek Freak, the most dominant paint scorer since Shaq himself.
A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday. And the shot goes in. And watching Antetokounmpo get to the rim can, GA, take your breath away.
Man, he can go around you, through you, or literally jump right over you. Call him the freak, Superman, what have you. None of it feels like an exaggeration.
Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Baseline J on the way, and it's Baisley with the rebound.
Well, that mid-range J usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's Giannis, following the score by Trevor Ariza. There's the lob. Antetokounmpo up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Yeah, you could throw that pass just about anywhere, even the top of the square for Giannis to go and get.
Here's Dort. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Launches it. Lopez grabs the board. Bucks trail by 4. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Lopez up top. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
Well, no hesitation whatsoever from Brook Lopez at that range.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Poke loose, stolen by Holiday. The kick out to Lopez. A miss that time, would have put him up.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
For Oklahoma City, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
There's a big European movement to get players into the NBA. Seems like recently it's come from the Great White North, as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has come down to make an impact in the NBA.
DJ Augustine's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Bucks trail by 4. Outside Holiday. Middleton on the wing. The Bucks working the ball around. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Well, Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
His passing another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Now here is Holiday. After the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But they recover it.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
No, showing off a little bit on that one. That's a play when your coach goes, no, no. Okay, good play. Get back on defense.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Ariza outside. Pass to Baisley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Antetokounmpo, that's a 2-pointer. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
A little quickness from Antetokounmpo there, blows right past the D.
Holiday against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. The pass to Dort. Over Augustine. That one no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, it was probably a good feeling in that last game that the mid-range worked, the long-range worked, the inside game worked, but the best feeling was the crowd leaving that building not in a good mood.
3 shots. 3 shots.
And he's good on the first of 3. Bobby Portis is checked in for Milwaukee. He hits the second from the line. And he makes all 3.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul. And so it's Oklahoma City with it, trailing by 5. Passes it to Diallo, looking to end the run.
A real struggle to shoot the ball in that first quarter.
His first shot is a miss, 0 for 1 to start the contest. A shot by Holiday, nobody around. And to Tacumbo. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Middleton out there thinking about the game, and that helps out. Skilled at getting to the free throw line.
And GA Chris Middleton over his career, much improved on the defensive end.
A true two-way player. I tell you, that 6'11" wingspan helps. Able to use that length to bother shots and disrupt passes.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Middleton hits them both.
Middleton improving his game, improving his confidence, coming back after injury, and working to become better.
Pass to Diallo. Hill against Augustine. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Focus from Chris Middleton like he'd been there before. I don't know if he saw the defense. The results were good.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Right side Jackson. Outside Horford. Pass to Diallo. 5 to shoot. Trying to get something going. Holiday with the defensive effort. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Jerome is checked in. And then for Milwaukee, Torrey Craig comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Drew Holiday. Bucks leading by 9. Augustine looking around. And the rejection by Jackson. And he gets it back. Connaughton passes to Craig. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Jerome, good. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting to start this game off about 41% from the floor. And Antetokounmpo swings it in.
Well, not only being just an all-around more improved player, Giannis has taken some huge strides in terms of building his body up.
And you go back, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the 15th pick in that 2013 draft. Hindsight, obviously 2020, but I think it's safe to say he should have been drafted a little bit higher.
Yeah, you have so many of those blogs out there that go back and want to redraft classes. Giannis Antetokounmpo back in 2013, I'm pretty sure at this point would be taken number 1. Now we can talk about it over and over again. Antetokounmpo combines size and versatility in ways we just haven't seen, at least up until the Greek Freak's arrival.
Now here is Hill. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Horford in the post, defended by Portis.
Yeah, really like the defensive focus and intensity at the start.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
But he recovers it. The pass to Augustine. Feeds it to Giannis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 13 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Passes it to Jerome. It's back to Hill. Outside, Horford. To the wing right side. Just 5 to shoot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Giannis Antetokounmpo. For Oklahoma City, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second. Here's Augustine. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Connaughton. The feed to Giannis. And the layup falls. Antetokounmpo's got 15 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Pass to Muscala. Dishes it to Horford. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got his 6th rebound on the night. It's stolen by Muscala. Hill against Augustine. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Now let's take a moment to see the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. 5th best, the Bucks.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Free throw drops for Hill.
Now, George Hill is a gear-shifting, versatile guard and has some size and a good perimeter defender with that length.
Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Milwaukee. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Here's Craig over Jackson. Craig can't get it to go. Thunder trailing by 12. Floats it up for Horford. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Like to see George Hill distribute to his teammates a heads-up play there.
Milwaukee's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Horford against Portis. There's the pass to Craig. Off target from three-point range.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Left side Jackson. Got a piece of it. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. This game against Milwaukee here, it's their first look at the Bucks.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the 2-game season series from last year.
And this one of the few opponents who really stuck it to them during what was an otherwise excellent season for them. You're right, they've got to have revenge on their minds tonight.
And the Thunder making a change here. Baisley's checked in. They get it back. Jackson. No good with the layup. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good.
And doing a good job getting to the line and capitalizing.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for the Thunder. It's a 14-point game. On the wing, Jackson. It's back to Hill. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And a moment here to check out the stats for George Hill. Putting up about 10 points a night, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
First one falls for him. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Bucks leading by 12. There's the lob into Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
The Thunder have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. That's good from Muscala. And so he makes both from the line.
A big fellow with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Here's Connaughton. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Giannis, no good.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Milwaukee with the ball. Following the score by Oklahoma City. Pass to Connaughton. Shot clock at 5. Oh, good with the triple. Hill looking it over. And that one released in time, but no good. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And when asked to compare himself to LeBron James, Giannis had this to say.
I know if I put the work in, maybe 10 years from now I can be the same sentence. But I got to put the work in, and whenever I face him, I got to show up. I cannot be taking day off against him.
And Greg, that's the humble, hard-working approach we've come to expect from Giannis.
You know, he's not interested in putting himself on a pedestal. Enough people do that for him. He just wants to become the best he can be and win rings.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Defense has been infectious here, as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Brook Lopez is out there with Bobby Portis. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo, and it's Forbes in at the point guard position.
An era where we're seeing teams turn away from the slower 7-footers. Brook Lopez still playing a pivotal role for the Bucks.
There's been a lot of talk in recent years, Greg, as how the big man has been played off the floor in the playoffs. That's just not the case with Lopez, because he's been able to step out and shoot threes, along with being a really reliable rim protector.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
So much talk about Lopez and how much he has changed his game to fit the modern NBA. And I think what's most impressive is not just the ability to shoot the ball, but the ability to be effective while shooting the 3 ball. Brook Lopez has worked hard to do that.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Utah. They get the rebound. Lopez shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
How about Lopez inside, showing some smooth, fluid moves?
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Chris Middleton's checked in for Torrey Craig. Brook Lopez hits them both.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, if you just look for a few minutes at Giannis Antetokounmpo on the court, you know why he's called the Greek Freak. But it's the drive that makes him an MVP. He said people try to make it complicated. Life is simple. You know what you want, go get it. Do what it takes every day, and don't lie to yourself. Guys, I hope you understand I'm being truthful in all of these reports. Back to you.
Love the intensity. David, thank you.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. Count that one.
Gilgeous-Alexander in traffic uses that athleticism.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Here is Forbes. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Great open look there.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
This will be his third free throw shot of the game.
And what a season he's had at the foul line thus far. 86% from the line.
The Bucks making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Holiday. Middleton outside. Shoots. Thunder with the rebound. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Holiday against Ariza.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They have a 9-point lead. Low block shot. Misses off the left iron. The Thunder have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
They've done very, very well in transition. The problems have come in other areas, which is why they're trailing.
Middleton outside. Lays it up off the glass. Middleton's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Keep your eyes on the prize. Middleton did just that and sunk the shot despite getting roughed up a bit.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Now here is Holiday. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Utah.
And then there was his passing. When he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates, and they just couldn't figure out how to defend it.
There's Portis, lays it up and banks it in. And the Bucks lead by 9.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Ariza outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And the Bucks making a change here. Augustine's checked in. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Look at Oklahoma City. They're still struggling, trying to string something together, getting a lot of wins. The competition, though, so tough.
And, you know, for the Thunder, they've fallen all too quickly down to that spot at the bottom of the standings. If any team needed a bright start, it was them.
Yeah, with the quality of a lot of teams they're now staring up at, it's going to be difficult for them to bounce back from this kind of start and make a huge climb up the standings.
Shot good by Diallo.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Bucks leading by 5. Middleton outside. With the teardrop, and it's sent back by Horford.
Swatted by Horford. In terms of defense, Al Horford up there amongst the top.
Ariza no luck.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Outside Holiday. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Drew's got such a great build. 205, 210 pounds, a bigger guard. Hard to knock him off of his shot.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 11 points in the game. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Brook Lopez. This is his first free throw of the game. The first one falls.
Well, known as a defensive specialist for many years, it's the ability for Ariza still to consistently be a threat out there from the three-point line, especially from the corners.
Giannis, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Holiday with it. Diallo's there. The shot by Holiday, no good. Thunder trailing by 5. Gilgeous-Alexander gets to Ariza. The Thunder with another miss. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 11 and finished off by Horford.
Next step kind of action there from Shea as he's able to find the open teammate.
And here's Giannis. Pass to Augustine. There's the lob, and Kumbo takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's Baisley. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Horford. 6 on the shot clock. Diallo inside. Guarded by Holiday. Diallo no good. Gilgeous-Alexander against Augustine. Now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard. Here are the top rebounders over the last month. Number 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown such strength under the basket.
He's shooting free throws. Number 4 in 5 here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for the Bucks. Both free throws good from Augustine. And so he'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. They trail by 7. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And if you had to point to one problem in that game, it was their rebounding. Flat out terrible.
I think you can be a little bit rattled when you lose the physical battle as badly as they did in that game. That can be tough to shake off. So it's a matter of getting over those doubts and finding yourself again.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now here's Middleton. 20 points for him last game against the Utah Jazz. Over Diallo. And it falls over the rim and in. Middleton's got 11 points.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, I hope this one is not to draw up a play, but to think about how they're going to defend that man. He's putting up some major numbers.
Torrey Craig. He's checked in for Brook Lopez. Thunder trailing by 7. Hill with it. 5 points in the game. Outside, Horford. Here's Diallo. Over to the wing. Here's Jerome. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he makes good on the layup. Jerome's got his second basket of the game.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Connaughton. Augustine from outside. Jerome with the rebound. Oklahoma City shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Hill has the open look. No good on the 3.
And this feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Now here's Horford. Chris Middleton unable to get his last shot to go. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Now here's Diallo. Out to the right wing. Puts up a 3.
Oof, ugly second quarter for him, and now I think he's starting to really force the issue.
Shots good by Middleton.
Now working in the mid-range, Middleton finding some ways to play in between.
Thunder trailing by 7. Outside Jackson. It's back to Hill. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got 11 rebounds in the game. And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul. Milwaukee making a switch here. Forbes checked in. Now here is Augustine. He's got 5. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
I mean, just look at the box score right now. He's not only filling it up with these points, but in every facet of the game.
And the basket by Hill. 1:58 left to play here in the second quarter. Augustine against Hill. Now here is Augustine. He's covered closely. The pass to Forbes. This one for 3. Doesn't go that time. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Here's Hill. Jerome, good. Jerome's got 4 points in the quarter.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Right wing. Here's Forbes. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here's Jerome. He has 7. Passes it to Jackson. Bucks leading by 8. Here's Forbes. Misses the 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Horford finds Jackson. Back to Horford. Here's Jerome. He averages about 5 points a game. Clock at 6. And Hill has it in the corner. He's looking for Horford and finds him. And that's off the glass and in. Horford's got 8.
He has gotten into a great rhythm here in this quarter, playing with just bundles of confidence.
Augustine against Hill. Augustine, that's good. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. 8-point game. .11 seconds left in the second quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
See, George, Hill, when he decides to drive like that right to the rack, that's when he's effective. He got contact.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
This season, 88% on the line, so he has been in a comfort zone.
And he makes the first. So both teams changing it up here. And good on the second, so he makes them both. 6 seconds left in the first half. And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
And both free throws good for Giannis. That will count. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys were able to get the lead. What was the key to getting all those open shots?
It was just getting stops, getting the rebound, and getting out and pushing, finding lanes, finding open guys.
And you made the most of it, Chris. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 25 points, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. He's been in the midst of some incredible games lately, and tonight he's got it going again. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bucks?
All night long, Giannis has been so productive, utilizing all of his physical abilities to devastating effect, wearing out a defense, just running through them, dunking over them, pushing people around. They're struggling to cope with his talents.
And over to Kenny, your thoughts on the Thunder.
They didn't really show the effort on the boards they should have. They were out-rebounded, and now they've really got their work cut out for them in the second half. If they're going to come back, they need to put in a much better effort on the glass.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Yeah, guys like him love to stuff the stat sheet. He's doing it here.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Thunder trailing by 8. They've got Horford. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Baisley in at the power forward. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Horford in the post. Lopez is there. Horford no luck.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Chris Middleton's checked in for the Bucks. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
Milwaukee leading by 8. Antetokounmpo trying to break loose. Middleton can't get it to go. Dort passes to Ariza. To the paint. And Dort gets it to go. Dort's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Thunder. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 43% from the floor. Now here's DiVincenzo. D right on him. Holiday finds Antetokounmpo. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Antetokounmpo's got 27 points. Thunder trailing by 8.
And as much as Holiday brings to your offense, it's his defense that's repeatedly recognized.
Well, when you make all NBA defensive teams and you're smart and strong and quick like Drew Holiday is, I think not only does the reputation start to build, but your confidence in disrupting somebody else by playing that way is something you rely on.
Ariza with the bucket. Ariza's got his third basket of the night right there.
Well, Trevor Ariza makes a living out there beyond the arc.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. And it's never too early to start looking at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. There's no doubt it'll be a terrific showdown of some of the game's best athletes.
And it seems like each year the bar keeps getting set higher. I mean, more props, crazier concepts to the competition, the level of dunks. I think this is going to be a good one.
Some might say he's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Hey, stranger things have happened, and we'll just have to wait and see.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going.
That's impressive. Flying towards the hoop, Chris Middleton saw just enough of a takeoff area to get to the rim.
Beasley passes to Dort. Ariza against Middleton. Ariza kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 on the clock, and the foul on Drew Holiday. That'll be his second foul of the game. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Ariza. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Milwaukee. At one point, they led by 16. Now, here's DiVincenzo. He's tightly guarded. Here's Lopez. Shot clock at 6. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Great instincts by Giannis. Superb timing, and then he pounced on top of that miss.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
Yeah, the defense has not provided any threat to stop him out there, so it should come to no surprise that he continues to attack the basket.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for Antetokounmpo. First in scoring, first in rebounding, and he pressures the ball and forces turnovers at a rate that's remarkable. How about second in the league in steals per game?
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Bucks. On Monday, the Chicago Bulls come into town, tipping off a homestand for them. Then on Wednesday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Indiana, going up against the Pacers.
Shoot 2.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. Milwaukee leading by 7. Now here is Holiday. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Middleton can't get it to go. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. To the left wing, fires from deep. Second shot opportunity. And there's the play by Ariza inside. Ariza's got 5 points in the quarter.
A strong finisher around the rim. Ariza with the size to do some damage.
Pass to Middleton. 17-foot shot on the way. The shot's good from Lopez.
Well, early in his career, this is not a shot that Brook Lopez would take. Now, it's all he makes. Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
DiVincenzo. They grab their own miss, and it's sent back by Horford. And now a fast break for the Thunder. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, an emphatic alley-oop jam.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And let's use this break to check out a group of the NBA's best defenders recently. The shooting guards averaging the most steals per game for the past month. You take a look at DiVincenzo, one of the league's best, third in steals.
And both the hand speed and general quickness of the players on that list are outstanding. Those are the qualities you need to be an effective perimeter defender.
Well, if he was a light switch, he'd always be on. Defensively, they treat each possession like the game depends on it. They're looking to cause a little bit of chaos in any way that they can.
First free throw is good. Muscala, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Both shots good from the stripe. Thunder trailing by 8. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 13. No good on that one. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Yeah, Holiday focused there and a good job of scoring despite getting whacked.
George Hill's checked in for Trevor Ariza. That free throw good from Holiday. Down the stretch of last season, Greg, we saw some teams resting healthy players, even ones out of the playoff hunt, and they got fined. But is the amount, which I think is about $25,000, is that enough to discourage that tactic?
You know, I don't think it is. Not when team revenues are measured in the hundreds of millions. You got to do more to keep them honest, but by the same token, you know, if I got 100, 200 million invested in a guy, I want to protect my investment. And so if I can rest them here or there and prolong their career, I think my organization's all the better for it. And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Both free throws good from Drew Holiday.
I don't know if Drew Holiday's an underrated player, but he certainly is underappreciated with the way he can go at you as a two-way guy. He can score and he can also guard positions 1 through 4.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game.
And how about Giannis putting that 7'3" wingspan to good use to help come up with a steal?
Hill inside. Defended by DiVincenzo. It's back to Hill. Pass to Baisley. Just 5 on the clock. The drive by Hill, and the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
Yeah, energy is good, but not smart there trying to go through somebody on that play.
Justin Jackson, he's checked in for the Thunder. Diallo comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The Bucks also with the sub. Portis is checked in.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be
firmly in the driver's seat.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Middleton.
Now look how hard Middleton takes this one right into the paint, getting way too physical for the D to deal with.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And the Thunder making a change here. Jerome is checked in. Middleton hits them both. Thunder trailing by 19. And there's the pass to Muscala. And here's Diallo, defended by Middleton. The kick out to Hill. 6 to shoot. They need this. And that one is off. Giannis with some nice D. Floats it up for Giannis. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Well, all night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
Now here's Diallo. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. It's deflected, and it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Bryn Forbes comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Here's Antetokounmpo. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. This is his third trip to the free throw line in the game. He's off on the first. And the second free throw, good. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Passes it to Muscala. Pass to Diallo. Wide open. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Diallo's got his second bucket tonight. Milwaukee leading by 20. Holiday looking for an opening. To the middle. Giannis kicks to Forbes. Just 4 to shoot. Milwaukee keeping it alive. The new 14. Good work there as it goes.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Now here's Diallo. Outside Hill. The rebound by Holiday. Holiday's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Craig, it's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, an outstanding floor general right there. Holiday has switched between point guard and off guard, and a great feel for when guys are open.
Now here is Hill. He's got 9. Pass to Muscala. Unloads from 9. Rebound Milwaukee.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Here's Holiday. The putback. Giannis on the follow. Antetokounmpo's got 9 points here in the second half.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
And the Bucks with possession here. Holiday, the pass to Portis. Antetokounmpo, no good. The Thunder shooting not looking too good out there in the second half, right around 32%. A slam dunk by Diallo. And here's Holiday, 11 points in the game. Floats it up for Giannis.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for the Thunder. That one goes. Count it. Hill's got 11 points.
The long strides of George Hill helping him gain some ground to take advantage of, and slices to the rim and scores.
Milwaukee leading by 22. Holiday with it. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Now the pass to Craig. They get it back. And Portis throws it down.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss.
Yeah, sometimes that length that George Hill has can put the defense in a very peculiar spot. He was terrific that time drawing the foul.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Chris Middleton comes in for Torrey Craig. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Drew Holiday. Both free throws good from Hill.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Miller against Giannis. 1:37 left to play here in the third.
Screen coming.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Really as good as any passing big that we have in the NBA. Horford is a guy who can run an offense as a big.
A minute 20 left in the third quarter of the game. Miller against Antetokounmpo. Over in the corner, Portis. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. Another shot. Passes it to Portis. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Giannis has got his 6th assist on the night. The drive by Hill. Count it. Good.
That was pretty clever right there, knowing how to finish. And you knew the contact was coming from somewhere.
He's been punishing them at the line in this one, going 7 of 8. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Baisley's checked in. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. DiVincenzo's checked in. Here's Augustine. 7 points in the game. Middleton outside. Horford trying to free himself up. Milwaukee the rebound.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession. Just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
Yep, that one goes.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
.32 seconds left in the third. Augustine against Hill. Now here is Augustine. Tight defense on him. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Augustine's got 9.
Now that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
It's Hill on the wing. Headed by Augustine. And stolen by Portis. A pull-up. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by Augustine. Augustine's got 5 assists tonight. And so it's Milwaukee sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. Barring a disaster, it would appear they've got this game in the bag. Back to the action after this word. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got Dante DiVincenzo. Brook Lopez is out there with Portis. Then there's DJ Augustine, and it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. Here's Baisley, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Baisley's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Thunder. Bucks leading by 19. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Ariza. Horford in the post, working on Portis. Horford, no luck.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
Middleton. Thunder with the rebound. Baisley's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Dort, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Pass to Portis. Now DiVincenzo. Middleton outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Middleton's got 20.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Pass to Dort. Inside, here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Ooh, no layups right there for SGA up to the rim.
And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's an 18-point lead. Outside Portis. 3-pointer. Milwaukee the rebound.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
Here's Dort. The pass to Baisley. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Portis. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
And Gilgeous-Alexander showing just how difficult he can be to guard at times.
Now here is Augustine. Pass to Portis. And here is DiVincenzo. Pass to Middleton. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Well, you hear about the extinction of great NBA big men. Do you see it that way? And if so, Greg, is the game that has changed, or perhaps a dip in the talent at that position that has changed?
You know, you think back to the likes of Russell, Wilt, Kareem, and Hakeem, and Robinson, and Shaq. Some would say, well, we just got lucky. But in a lot of ways, we still have the dominance of the big man. They just play more outside of the paint, right? You know, Giannis.
Yep.
You look at what he can do. Anthony Davis and the way he plays the game. I mean, LeBron, in essence, is a big man. I mean, you still can dominate the game as a big. It's just that you now can actually, in some respects, have more impact because you're involved in more facets of the game.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. An even 3-on-3 break. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Gilgeous-Alexander able to get into the seam and the crack quite quickly and puts pressure on the defense.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Wilson, he's checked in for Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Adams in for Augustine. Now here's Adams. Antetokounmpo kicks to Adams. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Pass to Connaughton. Tipped away. Lopez dishes to Adams. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his 5th foul. And the Thunder with some changes. Baisley's checked in. And Diallo subbed in for Maledon. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for DJ Wilson. Chris Middleton comes in for Antetokounmpo. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Drew Holiday in for Adams. Now here is Horford. And it's sent back by Lopez.
This defense gets a lot scarier when Lopez is blocking shots.
Milwaukee's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Greg, compare the times when you played as an NBA player with a lot more contact and a lot was let go on the floor to what we're seeing now when there seem to be a lot of whistles, a lot of stoppage of play.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, you got to allow players to defend. And if they're in a legal guarding position, let them do their job. You know, eliminate the cheap ones. Part of the issue, though, partner, is now so much of the game is played on an island, right? You don't have the crowds that you typically would see guys in back in our era. There's more space. The court, in that sense, is bigger. You're out there kind of on your own, man, and these guys are crafty at drawing fouls.
It's never been harder for a defender. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Drew Holiday.
And that foot injury robbing Dante DiVincenzo of much of his rookie season, but in year 2, he had a nice bounce back.
One of the things, Greg, that I think is most important for any player at any level is any time that you're hurt, you still have an opportunity from the bench to pick up some of the nuances of the game. There's no doubt that Dante did that last year, and this year has stepped in and continued to contribute to this ball club.
Here is Miller following the bucket by the Bucks. Jerome, no good. Here's the break. Here's DiVincenzo. Jerome with the rebound. Jerome's got his 6th rebound on the night. It's tipped. Giannis with it, and it's Miller picking him up. Pushing it up. Here's DiVincenzo. Middleton the pass to Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
So hard to stop down low. Giannis gets around the basket, and it feels like within 8 feet he's going to dunk just about anything.
And Dort gets it to go.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
The Bucks have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the 4th quarter. Now DiVincenzo. Antetokounmpo lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Antetokounmpo's got 46 points. Here's Dort, and he dunks it down.
And he just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. And here is DiVincenzo. The pass to Craig from downtown. Dort grabs the miss.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Shot good by Diallo.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defender.
Milwaukee's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. DiVincenzo with it. Middleton on the wing. And the shot is good.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game?
Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Here's Diallo to the paint. Here's Muscala, and that one goes long. And the call will be against Darius Miller. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Justin Jackson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Giannis left side. Here's another rebound.
Rebound after rebound after rebound.
Oh, GA, he is crashing the glass with energy. I love it.
It's going to take a little more to get Antetokounmpo off of his mark there. Adept at finishing those difficult shots.
Here's Jerome, and it's Miller in the corner. Over onto Antetokounmpo. Misses off the right iron.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Out left to the wing. Here's Craig. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
The first free throw is good. And so Adams nails both of them. The Thunder have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Kicks it to Miller. Here's Jerome. Here's Diallo. Makes it off the glass. Diallo's got 10 points here in the second half.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Milwaukee's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Passes to Craig from outside the arc. That one's not going to go. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Here's Maledon. Count the basket.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And Adams has got the ball here for Milwaukee. Pass to Lopez. Outside Wilson. Pass to Adams. And it's off from three-point range. Oklahoma City has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
Yeah, easy call. Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
Milwaukee in total control. DiVincenzo passes to Adams. Antetokounmpo kicks to DiVincenzo. Here's Adams. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
Now here's Maledon. To the right side. To the inside. And stolen by Portis. Now DiVincenzo. Outside, Antetokounmpo. There's the pass to Portis. From 17 feet out. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bucks.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Giannis.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
Oklahoma City shooting it well here in the fourth quarter at 50%. Misses in close. Milwaukee in total control. Adams, the pass to Portis. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Here's Diallo. It's rebounded by Portis. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Now here's Adams. Tries from 16. Basket good.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
A shot by Melodon, no good. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Giannis, congratulations. How did your team come out on top tonight?
We just play hard and we play defense. That's the most important thing. So that's what we do. We play defense. We rebound the ball, we run. That's what we did tonight. We play defense.
And it led to a big, big win, man. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.